Hey guys, welcome back to Judo Highlights. In this video we're going to have a look at all the top IPPONS from the Portugal Grand Slam. Now this one here might have you screaming like the lady in the audience, and it's not actually an IPPON, ended up being Hansakomake for head diving, blue head diving here. Back in the day this would be a pretty sensational IPPON, no questions about it, but I thought I'd just keep it in here, why not? So before we get into the video, shout out to the members of the channel for supporting. You guys help keep this thing running. And if you want to become a member, hit that join button. If not, a like and subscribe goes pretty far. And also, if you're looking to get a Kozakura judo gi, let me know on Instagram or fill out the form on the website, links in the description. And lastly, Paris Grand Slam is happening this weekend. So if you want to watch that live on JudoTV, make sure you use my code, it's in the description. There is a capital J and a capital H for Judo Highlights. Please use that, don't pay full price. Alright. This one here, this was the only wazari I included in the video, but I just thought it was too damn good to not include. Have a look at the setup. I mean, come on, that's absolutely beautiful. So just again, in slow motion, watch the kosodo, and that kind of pushes his feet back, sets up the taiyatoshi perfectly. Kawabata now, and watch the kochi that sets up the seoi nage, and apparently he's looking for this. He's looking to do a seoi nage on the outside of people's legs. And that's pretty damn incredible if you ask me. Really sticky foot kochi now from Lee. Watch the foot, just pay attention to that foot. That's all you need to look at. It's unbelievable. Just to be able to stick on the foot like that is some really high level stuff. This one here, it's a good fake. Some people call it the Nidan Kosoto, but in my opinion it's just a fake into a Kosoto. Maybe an Ashibarai. I think Kosoto is a little bit different. This one now from Kanikovitsky, I'm gonna steal this one. This Ashikuruma is absolutely beautiful. And you can see him setting it up here. Kind of using a lot of fakes to kind of make his opponent bend over. The more blue bends over, the easier this technique's gonna be. And also putting that right leg forward. So kind of playing with his left leg, pushing it backwards. And then the Ashiwaza comes. This guy here from Egypt, Abdul Rahman. He's having a bad day. He's got tape in his mouth, and then when he does ukemi on the mat here, he hurts his fingers so bad that he has to shake them. That happened to me the other day. I fell down the stairs, did ukemi on the way down. I was fine, but my fingers, I was definitely doing that. Beautiful orchigari now. Actually, this is the second wazari in this video. I'm sorry, I thought there was only one. And going back to Kanikovitsky, I did say I would make a video on just his performance. The same with Tasoev, but if you can't tell, I do have a cold. I've had a fever the last couple of days, and the Paris Grand Slam is starting very, very soon, so I don't think I'll be getting to those. Sorry for those who asked for those videos. This one here from Kim Choi. How does he get time to even practice and do judo is beyond me. North Korean. Where do the North Koreans get their team members and all their experience? I have no idea. This one here is just a piece of work from Hattori. Starts with a sumigaishi, and then he's just looking for all sorts of ashiwaza, osoto, kochi, ochigari. Have a look in slow-mo, this is pretty crazy stuff. Kochi, well, I can't even keep up with it, it's a lot happening all at once. There's a big sode here. Little shuffle to get the rotation going. And then enters him beautifully under the arm. This one by Tasoev in white. You can see he kind of goes in with the Ashiwaza, kind of going upwards, doesn't get it, and then drops down. So he's trying to sweep his opponent's feet off the ground first, didn't get it, and then just went low. Tasoev, very high level judoka. And look at this. This Uchimata, I mean, reminds me of kind of Inoue Kosei a little bit, maybe Suzuki Keiji. Tasoev, such a force at heavyweight. This seoi nage with the kochi, watch the kochi set it up, and the entry to the seoi nage really looks like a kochi. So I'm pretty sure blue, he was a little confused. What's coming? Kochi or seoi nage? Chopanov now in white. Tani Atoshi, someone who I've really admired in the past, but after COVID he hasn't really been the same. Slowly starting to return to form though. Driving ochigari now. And the secret to this are the grips. One underhook, one overhook. Keeps him nice and tight. And you're able to drive with those hooks and with the reaping leg. Watch the grip breaks. Now the French do this all the time. They're very tricky with their grips. Their grips often lead to certain throws. And you can see the 2-on-1, the grip break. And to me, there's only maybe 2 techniques you're doing with that sort of a grip. It's either this Yoko Otoshi or kind of a weird variation of Seoinage. But a newaza for you guys now. And you like how fast he jumped on that Juji. White, I'm not too sure what he was doing. So high up in the guard there. I mean, you're not going to pass someone's leg so high up in the guard. So just put himself in a bad spot. But Tok now. And he initiates this with the bear hug. And Blue, I mean, he was trying all sorts to get out of it. Wasn't comfortable. Also thought not the best technique to do when you're in close like that. This one here, the front Uchimata. Now some people like to have the right arm as the overhook to stop this hand from posting. But still, I mean, Abdulaziz just controlled it very well. Put all the weight on that arm. Had nowhere else to go but to roll over. What a quick Seoi Otoshi. Now, I'm not sure exactly why I want to say Seoi Otoshi and not Tai Otoshi, but whatever it is, something in me, I've just heard people kind of refer to that kind of technique as Seoi Otoshi for a very long time. Nice Ochigari here. Kind of off the grips, kind of reactionary. Kind of goes forward first, and then backwards. I don't like to use change of direction as a reason for a throw very often, but sometimes it is what it is. Now this was a quick Ippon Seoinage. Watch how quickly he jumps down there and just rolls with it. Now sometimes with the drop down Seoinage you don't really have to rotate 180 degrees. You can kind of go sideways, kind of just turn into it. You don't often have to rotate completely around. Nice kind of mid-ground between Uchimata and Ochigari here. Just finding the balance, double lapel. It's a great way to do it. Now this one here, I really like this. You can see Blue posting. And that posting, I mean, it just made him stiff. Just made his body stiff, made him fly. With that Ashibarai there. And this one, I really like this. This Sode, dropping down and not focusing too much on the upper body, but kind of controlling the hips, running underneath the hips, underneath the leg. Because if you control those, I mean, they're gonna go over at some point. Another driving Ochigari. Now the Mongolians, they like to do this. They like to do this driving Ochigari with that grip, kind of over the head like that. That was a nice one. And here's another one. A little bit different, but I love the planting of the head on the opposite side to kind of finish the technique. His opponent trying to escape left, puts all his weight, puts his head on the right. Beautiful way to do it. Watch the grip as he goes for the Seoinage. Readjusts the grip. There it is there. So he's got 2 hands tight on that sleeve and then wrapping his body around it for the Kochi Makikomi. Now this one here, I mean, Blue. Who knows what Blue was trying? Blue was trying something. He had no grips. White had everything. And White just countering perfectly. Wonder what you'd call that. We'll just go with Sumi Otoshi. Good grip and go also here. Now the Mongolians, they're probably the only people who I will allow to do an Osotogari like this. One hand deep around the back like that. Almost anyone else is going to get picked up and dumped with those sort of grips. Look at this. This was really nice. And I've said this before. Usually the person with the underhook, left first right, is going to win. And that's the case here. Now this guy here, Lor Sanov from Russia. Never seen him before, but that's a big technique. Didn't look like an Ippon from this angle. But, I mean, the lift, the impact. I mean, look at that. Sometimes you just say, alright, you won. This one here, left versus right. Looking for an Uchimata. Doesn't get it, and then just gets dumped. Now watch Blue. He's got a sneaky grip. Starts high at the lapel and then goes around the back. So that's a good way to kind of go from top to underneath. This one here, a slow tomoe-nage. You could almost say there was a break in the action, but I think for tomoe-nage they kind of let it go a little bit longer. See here, there's a stop. So if it was any other technique other than tomoe-nage, I think they would have said there was a break in the movement and not given it a score. You see it a lot with Tsunoda. A lot of the times with Tsunoda, her techniques, they kind of stop and then go, and they still give it the score. So whatever it is, I mean, tomoe-nage, they just let you have 2 stabs at it. This one here, I guess you call that a drop ogoshi. Another bit of newaza here, fast juji. I love people who are quick to jump on the newaza like that. It's lovely stuff. Now you can see White really dominating the grips, but gets countered. Goes for a kataguruma. Look at White's grips. He's got the perfect grip for a kataguruma, and then White just absorbs it, and then a beautiful sumigaeshi. Probably read the grips, probably knew what was coming, and just waited for it. Now this ashiguruma, maybe haraigoshi, from Nakano, absolutely beautiful. Watch how he kind of stretches out his opponent before attaching the leg. Absolutely awesome to see that at heavyweight. And this is Nakamura. I thought this was a classic example of a seoi otoshi. Usually when they go on the outside like that, kind of could be an osodo, and then they turn it like that. That's definitely a seoi otoshi. That was a nice one. Good to see that at heavyweight as well. And this one here just goes off the wrong side, still gets it. Big sode. First attempt was absolutely awful, but once he got that second sleeve. Anyway guys, we've just got a few more ippons to go. And uchimata, this one here, also at the heavier weights, good to see. And not many uchimatas in this video, but next week at the Paris Grand Slam I definitely expect more uchimatas. Of course Maruyama, he is going to be there, so if you're a fan of Maruyama and you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? I've got lots and lots of videos on Maruyama. So anyway guys, stay tuned for the Paris Grand Slam. It's going to be exciting. I'll probably have some pretty consistent footage for you guys. Lots of videos. I like to cover the Paris Grand Slam. It's always a good one. Very high level tournament. And it's definitely going to be a big one heading into the Paris Olympics. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.